Alrighty, welcome back to the Motion Podcast. Today we're here with Marzi and we are talking about bodybuilding prep. This isn't something we haven't really talked about too much on this podcast, but as you might know, me and Malia have both done our bodybuilding preps. She did hers in 2023 and I did mine in 2024, both in Season B, which is October, so the tail end of the year. And I just wanted to talk about the unfiltered reality of what we went through in our prep and what we learned and how much it can pretty much change your entire life. Like, strips down your ego and strips down who you actually are pretty fucking quick. And that's what I want to talk about. All right, Marzi. So we'll give them a little bit of a context as to what bodybuilding prep actually is. So most people can understand like what we're talking about and relate.
Most people think that prep is just like, you get on a stage, wear a bikini, get a tan on, wear some heels. But there's a lot more that goes into a prep. Prep is usually, most people, it depends. Like if you're your first time, you're usually going to start out a little bit further out just to give yourself a bit more time because you don't know how your body's going to respond. But typically it can be between like 16 to 30 weeks. Can be
16 being very short.
Yeah. So 30 weeks being like 7-8 months you're prepping for, like nailing every single thing that you have to do. And then to like 5 months. I think that's like the range.
Some people somehow do 12-week preps, don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Most people that do that will be either experienced or in a very, very good condition already.
Yeah. So it just kind of depends how your body reacts and how you work, I guess. But prep, basically you start off as like, you're building for a long period of time and then you'll cut a little bit and you'll keep gradually cutting every single week or however many weeks until you hit the stage. So it's not like you just cut and you stay on those calories the whole time. It's like you cut gradually over time.
Your calories slowly drop.
Yeah, and you drop over time. But you can also be added like cardio in there. You can add steps in there, and you can also add less food as well. So it's like either one of the three, or more training. It depends on like how your body responds. So like for me, I was doing like cardio, steps,
sprint sessions,
sprints, and air bike.
And like low calories.
Yeah, and I was pretty on low calories as well, and I was doing 17,000 steps a day. So,
and for me, the difference is just I was on low calories and steps.
Yeah, but you see, there's just two different people with different experiences, but we'll talk more about like why ours was so different anyway. But yeah, you're basically cutting over time, like gradually.
I also want to say like it's not just a weight cut. A lot of people think prep is just a weight cut, like you just cut weight. What I want to say is like you're actually taking your body to like the maximum leanness that you can go. It's not a weight cut. It's literally like as max as you can push your body to leanness to not losing muscle, like that ratio. Yeah. That is how lean you're going to get. It's not like, I'm going on a 16-week little cut. Like it's
pretty extreme.
Aggressive. Like it is completely to the max capacity that your body can handle with the muscle you've got and the length of training how long you've been training. So it's not just a little cut. Like for example, I started on 3,700 calories with just 10,000 steps a day to about 4,000 calories. That's what my like build was. And then I went down to 1,700 calories with 17 to 20,000 steps near the tail end of it. So you can see the difference of like calories at 4,000 and then 1,700 with 17,000 steps.
Yeah.
And then Malia, 2,500 down to 1,200
nearly. So yeah, it was like 1,250, I think. But
so like, okay.
Yeah, so it's like doing that plus cardio, plus steps is going to take a lot on your body and it's going to take a lot on your mental health as well. Yeah. And like, because you're so depleted, you don't really care. You just think about finishing. You'll do anything to get to the finish line. You don't really care. You're so tunnel visioned. And I guess we'll just talk about the start and then the middle of it and then towards the end of it, like how we kind of like changed throughout prep.
So me going into prep, well, do you want to do you first? Because I guess you did prep first. Okay, I'll do me. So me going into prep was 2024. Malia did a prep in 2023 and I messaged Malia throughout her prep. So I knew a little bit about what prep, I knew
Should we do mine first? Because it kind of makes sense.
I think we should do yours first.
So I did my prep 2023. I started in end of Feb to October.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty freaking long time. Like the whole year I'm basically in prep. So I started out when I was 17, turned 18 on prep. Amazing. Who wants to be on prep on their 18th birthday? But it's fine. So I started when I was 17, February all the way down to October. So I think it's like 8 months.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty freaking long time. And then halfway through prep, I started messaging you, and I was like pretty like in the deep end of it already. And it was like July, and it was like still ages to go. But
why did you start prep? I want to talk why.
Yeah, I'm just giving them context.
Yeah, no, I'm asking you a question.
I started prep because I feel like a lot of people around me were prepping. Like I worked at M Theory Fitness, and like the people who owned it, like Crystal, Dion, they were prepping. Not they weren't prepping, but they had done preps before.
They were pros.
Yeah, they were pros. And I just loved like they had a good experience. And I was like, I want to do that, you know. And I also think everyone around me was prepping or was going to do a prep. And like Jojo as well, like she was prepping, going to prep as well. And we were talking about like, should we prep together? Not prep together, but we're talking about like, would it be a good idea to prep? We don't know if we should prep or not. But then like Crystal was going to prep. So it was me, Crystal and Jojo were prepping together. So it was pretty good to have like that support network around on your first prep. But like all my friends that I know have done preps before. Like I had a girl a few years ago, Pia, she did prep. And I saw like her journey through it as well. So I just thought, you know, it'd be good to give it a go. And I was already training for like 4 years. So I started training when I was like 14. And I was like, I feel like I've got enough muscle. Let's give it a go. But yeah, why did you want to do it?
Mainly because I met you, and the place and the state of mind I was in is I just left. Oh, I talked to Malia throughout her whole prep, and then I was like, holy fuck, like this chick's 18 doing like more than I've done, and I'm almost 20. Like it's just pretty, doesn't look good in your resume, mate. Like, you know.
On your resume.
I was like, haven't really done much of my life, and I kind of was like, all right, well, I had low confidence kind of, but I had a lot of confidence in like, I stick to a word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I've always been like that, but I never really committed to anything in life as hard as like a bodybuilding prep. So I was like, you know what? This looks like probably the hardest thing I could do. And I've been training for 2 years before that or something, not very long, like 2 years, 2.5 years. And I was like, fuck, we'll just send it, you know? So I went into prep in the 2024, around March probably, March, April maybe. Around there, I'd say somewhere. I did like almost 25 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was in a pretty good body composition. I watched a show with Malia, the season A show. Yeah. So season A is at the start of the year, and then season B is at the end. I did season B. So when I watched season A, this is, I guess, we're going to get into this further, but I had a very, very big ego. I looked at everyone there and I'm like, I'm going to win. Like, I'm actually going to win. Like, I'm going to beat everyone here. Like, I look so good. Like, I really thought that I did. I didn't think I was going to beat every single person, but in my category, which was fitness, I looked at them and I'm like, bro, I'm going to fucking beat everyone here. Like, no one will beat me. Like, I'm actually going to win. I'm going to turn pro first time. And I actually thought that going into prep. So I had a lot of like drive, and I had a lot of confidence, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to win. And I thought I was going to win because I was 19 or 20 at the time, and not many people were 19 and 20, like...
You were 20. I
was 20. Not many people at that age were doing a prep, number one, or that I knew of looked like me. Like now, I know a lot of people that are 20 look way better than me, but at that time, I was very new to bodybuilding. I didn't know anyone in the industry. I only knew Malia and my coach, that was it. So I was like... Well, my coach is like a fucking 2-time pro athlete, so he looks way better than me. He's going to fucking, obviously. And then Malia, I was like, well, she would have won if she got leaner. So, like, I'm like...
She would have won if she got leaner.
Yeah, so I was like, for me, I was like, well, I'm going to win because I'm going to get lean enough, and I don't have the issue that Malia did getting lean enough. I was like, so I'm going to win. Like, that's what I thought. So, I didn't win. But, yeah, that was my mindset going into prep. I wanted to do something really hard, and I had a big ego, and I thought I was going to win. So...
And I think from like the outside, like me doing a prep, like I could see like...
What you've learnt off your prep.
Yeah, like your mentality going into it. I was like, sooner or later, sooner or later, you're going to learn something from every single prep. Like people who have prepped for like continuous years, like always learn something new every single time about themselves. Because
it forces you. It's like probably... I would say doing a prep is the biggest way to have like a fucking ego death. It destroys your ego. Like... it will obliterate your ego, like hard. For most people, some people that go into it might win first try.
They might be blind to it as well. Yeah. They might not want to learn anything. They might just be so set in their ways, which is not good either.
But yeah, I want to talk about now, I guess, Malia going into prep. Like, what was your first stages of prep like? Because you had a bit of an ego as well as me, but in a different way.
But like, different ways. But I could see like where you were coming from, because like, it's still like ego, and I kind of had like a bit of an ego even before prep. I just thought like I was the shit. I just thought like I just knew better than everyone, and I was like, I'm gonna be better than everyone, which is not really a good mentality. But I think like for me, like I just thought like my training was the best, and I thought like I knew how to train properly and all this stuff, and I was like, don't need anyone's training program, it's fine. I was listening to everything else. Like I didn't care about anything else. Like I would listen and do that. But like when it came to training, I wouldn't budge on my training. I would still do my training, because I'd been doing my training my whole life. So I thought like, I knew what I was doing. But then you get to like a point where you're doing way too much and your body can't handle it. So it's like, okay, you need to listen to your coach and actually understand like she's programmed you this for a reason. Yeah. Like Crystal's programmed me this for a reason. Sorry, Crystal. She's programmed me this for a reason. I need to like stick to it and follow it, because this is what's going to get me like
to the best,
to the stage. Yeah. And like, my glutes looked great. So that was like great. But yeah, I think it's just like trying to drop that side of things. But the start of prep, basically had a big ego going into it. I thought I was going to drop really quickly because I could see that I had a lot of muscle there. And I was just like kind of waiting for it to kind of come out. But the first few weeks were fine. I think I was dropping fine the first few weeks. But when you're at the start, it doesn't really matter. Like you can drop a few kilos with probably just like water, inflammation, all that stuff, and you'll be fine. But when you like start getting like you're 10 weeks in and you like haven't dropped a lot, it's like, oh shit, you should be actually been dropping more than this. So like the first 10 weeks, I would say, were definitely like pretty hard, like already, because I was just like every week it was just like, oh, like you look leaner this week. Oh, great. Next week, why are you holding water? Like my body was like getting leaner, but like the week after I'd hold water. It was like very weird. I didn't understand what was going on. She didn't understand what was going on. My weight would drop, but I looked more watery sometimes, and we both were just so confused because I haven't done a cut before. I've only just built my calories up. I've never done a cut before, so I don't actually know how my body's gonna respond. And yeah, I guess like I didn't know, like I didn't have a period before that as well. And like my coach was like, are you sure you want to do a prep? And in my head, obviously I was like, nah, just do it. Cause I was like, I don't care. I was like, I don't have it already. Like it must not be a big deal, but you don't understand like internally what your body goes through to actually not have a period, plus trying to cut calories. It's like and prep, like it does a lot of damage on your body. But I didn't understand that because I just thought I had no period because I had no period. So I didn't actually think it would actually mess up my internal like system. So like I had no period, my thyroid was out, which made it a lot harder for me to like prep, and that's why I held a lot of water. But like understanding that now, like whatever she programmed me to do would have worked if my body was like in like a condition to drop.
Yeah, it was like safe. It felt safe. Yeah,
if it felt safe to drop, but it didn't feel safe to drop. So that's basically
the start of your
prep. Start. Like, yeah, so whatever, it was never her fault. It was just me having an ego being like, I should have waited, but I didn't care. So
that's not good, mate. So the start of my prep, it was easy. It was very easy. I remember I'd say to my coach, I'd be like, when's this going to get hard? Because I thought I compared my prep to Malia.
Every week you'd be like, it's not hard yet.
I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like, this is a joke. Like, is this seriously what it is? But this is, again, where the ego comes in. I thought, like, I'm so ahead. Like, this is so easy. I'm 14 weeks out. I'm like, this is fucking piss, bro. 12 weeks out. This is easy. And then it's almost like you just hit a wall. Yeah. And then it's just like, holy fuck. Lock in. And then it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like once you get to the single digits,
it's fucked.
It's like that's when I started being like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, okay, now it's here.
Yeah, like your like start to middle was fine. It was more like
my start was easy, bro.
Yeah.
It was fucking easy, bro. It was so easy.
It gets to a point where like you get so isolated
because but I think
it just because you're doing it for so long, you're doing the same things every single day, it almost becomes like Groundhog Day. Like you just do the same things over and over again. It kind of like your brain's just like on autopilot, like towards the end.
But I think mine was easy because Ryan was a pretty good coach, and I just did a long prep, so I wasn't digging hard. I was just fucking slowly cutting calories every single like one 3 to 4 weeks, and it's fucking easy, bro. It wasn't hard, and also like I think certain people feel the effects differently. Like obviously my body can handle a decently low body fat, and it's fine. It's not like. I think certain people, when they drop body fat, their body reacts differently. I think mine, I was like, number one, I was expecting it to be like Malia the whole time. I thought it was going to be like that. So I had very high expectations as to how hard this was going to be. And hers was hard, like she said, the whole time. So that's what I thought mine was like. Yeah. That's why I was like, I almost built like this ego again of like, this is so fucking easy, bro. Like Malia was struggling at this point. This is so easy. Like this is so, I'm doing this so easily. Like, this isn't hard. We'll go to your bit after this anyway. So once we get to the middle bit, to the end bit, I'd say the middle 12 weeks to 6 weeks, that's like when you're starting to like really do something. That's when it started getting hard. And I noticed I was starting to focus on every meal. Every meal was like, it was like almost like I would eat at the same time every day, like on the fucking minute. If it was 10 o'clock, I was eating. I don't care what was going on in my life, I would be eating food. Like you become
like
that
watching the fucking clock.
Yeah, you become that obsessed when it's like, but it happens without you knowing. So like for me, because it wasn't like, I don't know how to explain it. I was expecting it to like wake up one day and it was just gonna be fucked. It was just a real gradual over time, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And then eventually you're like, oh fuck, now I'm in prep. Yeah. Once you hit like the 10 to 8 weeks, like I said a couple times, you start realizing like, I got 2 more months of this and it's only going to get worse. And then it started getting pretty hard for me. I think I was pretty good in prep. Like I didn't do anything bad. I wasn't like, I listened to everything. I didn't do anything stupid, but like it was definitely hard when I got to like, so I did 2 shows. Melina only did 1. So
yeah, talk about how you leading up to Bunbury then to state.
So I did Bunbury, which was regional kind of show, and then I did states. Leading up to Bunbury, I'm trying to think of when it got really hard. I think it really got hard like 3 weeks until Bunbury. So from states, that was like 6 weeks. That's when it was like fucking hell.
Then
like,
after Bunbury, it was like fucked for you.
Yeah, because I did it on purpose though. So I'll get into that anyway. But going into Bunbury, again, I still had an ego because I thought it was Bunbury. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking do so good. Like, it's Bunbury. It's like, it's not that bad. Like, I'll do hell good. And I did do pretty good in Bunbury. I came second. But going into it, I was pretty good. Going into, like, Bunbury, I was struggling a little bit. But, like, the main thing I was struggling with was feeling like you lose motivation. Once you've been doing the same thing for a long time, you kind of, like, start to like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, why the fuck am I doing it? And because I didn't know anyone in prep, I didn't have any friends like Malia did. I didn't have anyone. So I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm lean enough. Like, everyone was saying, like, you're so far ahead. You're so far ahead. This is why you don't want to listen to other people and listen to your fucking coach. Don't listen to other people. Because everyone's saying to me, you're so far ahead. You're way too lean. You're way too lean. So I was like, nah, not doing it. Not listening to you. He was like, all right, we'll just do 12,000 steps. I'd imagine it would happen to him pretty often anyway. People would probably do it to him. But I remember I did it. I think it was for like 3 days. And then I was
12,000?
And then I was like, fuck, you're being a pussy. And I was like, just do 14,000. I messaged him. I was like, fuck it. I'll just do 14K. But like those 3 days, I remember doing it and I had such like a strong ego, but over like those 3 days, like it just slowly like peels away at you. Like you start like realizing like you're listening to everyone else. You've paid for a coach. You're listening to everyone else, what everyone else is telling you to do. And this is where it comes into like, it's such like an ego death. Prep like actually destroys your ego in so many ways of like, number 1, listening to other people. Number 2, thinking you know better. Yeah. And number 3, thinking you're going to win something and you're thinking you're the best and then you're not. And then I did my show, the first one, and then the next one. In between those 3 weeks, it was like the worst fucking 3 weeks of my life, bro. I remember how it was so shit. And then in those 3 weeks, I just like sent it with everything I had. I literally had nothing left, bro. I remember like going into states and I was like so fucking drained, bro.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about States after, but I'm going to let Malia talk about her part going into States, because I guess that's like my middle to end bit. I just had a lot of things that were in place that broke my ego.
Yeah. I feel like this has happened to me, like JoJo Crystal. I was fine around there, but everyone else, because they didn't understand, I was so bad because
you have the massive ego. You think you're better than everyone else because no one else is in prep.
Yeah, that's what probably that as well. Or you because everyone else is eating out, and you're like, oh, I got my chicken.
Look at that lazy
chicken and fucking lettuce.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think like what were we talking about? So I want you to get into your bit though. I want you to talk about like your experience, because mine leading up to States wasn't that bad. There was just a lot of things that fucked my ego. That was it.
It was like easy but hard at the same time. Like I think I was just so numb to it being so hard, because I was just so tired all the fucking time. But what made it so much easier was like having JoJo and Crystal, because like around them I felt like calm and I was fine. And like,
do you reckon you would have been able to do it without them?
I don't know. I really don't know. But like I think I would have, but it just would have been a fucking drag. Like I would have been so isolated. Like I'd have probably lost my mind, to be honest. But like it was so much easier because we were going on walks like every single week, or like we trained together, and it would make it so much easier to train, and we'd walk together. We would like, you know, do everything together like in prep. And that was like, it was just so refreshing to have that. And like, cause like you go home and it's like completely different. So like at home I was like so isolated, and it kind of like when I was alone it was hard, but when I was with people it was easy. So like I found it really hard to be alone. And that
distract yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I also learned in prep. Like I was always distracting myself. Like I always wanted to be around people because it made me feel better. Like I never wanted to be alone because it like made me face who I actually was. And like I never realized that when I wasn't in prep. So like even before prep I would never sit with myself. I would always be distracted in some way, trying to distract myself. So it really like opened my eyes to being alone as well, and being uncomfortable with being alone. But that came kind of like after prep, where I kind of like started doing that. But during prep, I really struggled to be alone, and I just didn't want to feel how I felt because I was so tired and I was so drained. And like JoJo and Crystal kind of made me like forget about it. But yeah, it was just so hard. I was really struggling to drop, and there was a point where we thought I was going to like pull out. I think like towards the end, I think it was like 4 weeks out, I was like, look, I don't understand why you keep me in. Like, I don't understand. And like Crystal sent photos to like Ryan, the judge.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's fine. You're just asking like, is it worth keeping my client?
Like, yeah, like she just asked like basically, is it worth keeping my client in for the show?
Because he's the judge. He's going to tell you like, is it worth her even competing? Like, does she look good enough, or is it like, is she wasting her time?
Yeah.
That's it.
And he was like, no, like she looks fine. Like she'll do well. So that kind of gave me a little bit more like reassurance as well going into the show. But like still the same thing. Like there'd just be like some days where like I'd send her my check-in photos and I'd look leaner. The next day it's like I look watery. Like I couldn't understand why. But my sleep was so bad. Like that's one thing. My sleep was horrible. I was sleeping like 3-4 hours a night because I just couldn't sleep. I'd be waking up at like 3 a.m. and could not get back to sleep. Just, yeah, so hungry. But you kind of come numb to that hungry feeling because you're like, it is what it is. Like, I can't do anything about it. There was one point where I was like tripping out. Like, I had to get like Crystal to drop me home at one point because I was like, I felt like I was going to vomit because I was so like dizzy and sick. But like I said, it has nothing to do with her. Like, I did that to myself. Like, I was just pushing myself to the limit, not understanding my body at the time and all that stuff, which is like what I'd get into like another video. But yeah, just like so fucked mentally, physically. 10 weeks out was like, I didn't really care anymore. I was just like doing everything I could. I would do extra stuff. Like I do extra steps, extra cardio. My legs were so numb. They were so sore from like how much output I was doing. Like I couldn't even do like I couldn't sprint anymore because my legs were so sore. I had to change to the bike. So I went from sprints to the bike because my legs were so like, I couldn't walk anymore because they were so like fatigued. I was like so numb. And then I think 2 days out, I was like, I foam rolled and I just bruised all up my leg.
Oh, I remember you said that.
And like I sent my check-in photos to Chris, like, you got a bruise. And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to. But yeah, I had a big bruise on my leg on show day, basically. But yeah, I think like saying like body-wise, I didn't realize how lean I was until like you look back on photos.
Because you're thinking you have to be this fucking shredded like...
Yeah, like it's
phenomenon fucking looking...
crazy.
Yeah.
Were you like that? You were like,
no, I just fucking hated how I looked.
That's what I mean. Like, you just hate how you look because you don't think you're. I didn't think I was lean enough, so I hated how I looked.
I was the opposite. I thought I looked like a skeleton, bro. I was like, well, now I still hate how I look, to be honest. But back then, I thought, you know, I was using a lot of camera angles. I was using my camera under perfect lighting all the time. And that's what I thought I looked like because that's all I was seeing.
Yeah.
I was only taking my shirt off under like perfect lighting and doing like perfect posing and stuff. And when I got into prep, and this is where a lot of people go wrong, is they think they're big because in the off season they look big. And then you go into prep and you realize you're fucking tiny. That was me. When I went through it, in Bunbury, I still had a decent ego because I came second, almost worse going into States.
But imagine if you did win, you know? Like,
imagine, I'm glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't win, bro. Because if I won, it would have...
It would not. I'd never hear the end of it.
I think I'd have pretty bad ego. So, but it goes like that with everything in life. Even with business, I'm pretty bad. Like, I've got a big ego. But I think it's a good but bad thing at the same time. But anyways, I'm state of prep. So I want to talk about your show. I think I've talked too much, so I'm going to let Malia talk about her state because you only did one show, which was States.
I really enjoyed States. I think it was a really good experience. I think that's why it makes prep so worth it. Like, you do all this work and like the one day, like, to show it, like, it's pretty scary to go like on stage in like a fucking bikini. Like, it's pretty scary. But yeah, like getting the tan done the night before, staying in the hotel.
It all starts to feel real, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then like getting the second coat of tan, getting the makeup, and like it's like thick, like stage makeup, and they're like putting on like really brown like makeup on your face, and I was like, this is not my skin color, but then it looks so nice on, and then like me and Jojo got our like makeup done at the same time. Like, doing that with her was just like so fun to like be like, we did this whole prep, and now we get to like be on stage and like do it together, which is like getting our makeup done together. Like, it was so fun to like do it and like see her get all ready and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed show day. My first show was wellness, which I really wanted to do, which is like the big legs. I really wanted to do that one.
I wish you could see her face right now.
I really wanted to do that one. So I did that first. I was so nervous. I remember I had someone like filming me, like, and like I look back on it, I'm like, holy shit, you're so lean. Yeah, doing that first, like, it really like broke my nerves, but it's what I really wanted to do. And like after that, I was just cooked. Like, my body was just like, I want to go to sleep.
Even after one go.
Yeah, Crystal was like, you have no stamina. I was like, I know, but I just like, my body was done. Like, I was just like, I wanted to just do a show, and that was it.
That was just all adrenaline. I
had 5 more, and I was like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, basically like adrenaline. But got up there, we're doing like quarter turns and stuff. They all bring us to the back and they call my number to the middle. And I was like in the middle. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm in the middle. And then like they started bringing everyone else to the front as well. So it was like me in the middle, and then they kind of rotate us, another girl.
If you're in the middle, you're like technically being looked at, which is like the best thing.
So you're being looked at. And like I could just hear everyone like going like crazy. And then like they called me back, and then another girl went to the middle, and then I was like, oh fuck. So then 2 of us like in the middle, and they were like comparing us. And then yeah, they hadn't called my name yet, and I was like, fuck, I've either lost or I've like placed really well. And then I got called second, and I was like, fuck, that's pretty good. And like to get second, like, was pretty crazy. Like, the girl beat me looked fucking ridiculous. And like, if I looked a little bit leaner, I feel like I could have maybe could have won. But yeah, I just think like shape wise, like I looked like pretty good for that category. But then for bikini, I wasn't lean enough. So for bikini, I came like 5th. But yeah, like, because like wellness is like more like, I don't know how to explain
bigger, isn't it?
Bigger, but like you still have to be quite lean for wellness. But for bikini, I was like, looked really soft.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, they're 2 completely different categories, but they can cross over. I don't know how that even works. But yeah, I was just way too soft, which is like fine. Like, I knew I wasn't going to place well in bikini, but it's kind of like, oh shit, like, yeah. But, you know, going from 2nd to 5th was like a bit, you know.
Hey, your ego?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'm going to do so well in bikini because I came 2nd in wellness. But by the end of it, I was so done. I just wanted to go home and sleep. I think me and Jojo, we shared like a big cookie. It was like this big, and we shared it together.
And tasted shit.
No, it tasted good, but I couldn't eat the whole thing. Felt sick because like after like you're eating like nothing all day and you have that big cookie and you feel like shit. Then we had like this big burger and I went to bed and that was it. And then the next day went out for breakfast, went out for lunch, went out for dinner, and then that was it.
That was Marzi's.
That was my prep, but I was just so excited for it to be done.
But yeah, that was, I guess, Malia's experience with States. I'll now talk about mine. So going into States, I knew now the team, like the pump team, I knew them. So it was better. I had way more motivation, but it was harder. So I think if I didn't like meet everyone like I did at Bunbury, because everyone from Pumped, which is like the
crazy environment.
Yeah, like so I met like all of them, and I was talking to them on messages, and bro, it made it so much fucking easier, like to have like everyone. And I met, so I did classic physique and I did fitness. So I met like I was kind of good mates then. Well, I was good mates with the champion, the one that won it, and he was messaging me like almost every day. I remember me and him would message him. He's like,
who?
Tim.
Oh yeah.
And then he'd be like, how you going, bro? And I'd be like, I was fine. I asked him and he's like, I'm fucked, bro. I'm sorry. And I was like, it made you feel better knowing that like other people are feeling the same. Yeah. You're like, oh, like I'm not weird for feeling like this. Like it's all good. Like I feel I'm good. Like I'm doing good. Like it kind of felt like I had like a spark again to keep going. So I was like, I sent it really, really hard from Bunbury to States, which was 3 weeks. I like dug hell hard, like just fucking obliterated myself. Like every single day. I remember it was just like 22, 23, 24,000 steps. The lowest I did was like 18 or 19, which is a lot, 18,000 steps. I was just sending it, bro. I just wanted to get as lean as I could. I didn't care. And I made I lost like quite a lot. Like I remember even, did you say you noticed it as well?
Yeah, I did.
Like the difference between Bunbury and
yeah, even
like
Jojo
States.
was like, you look way different.
Yeah. So I lost a lot, but I lost a lot, and I think I lost a bit of muscle. I think I did in my chest. And your
chest was flat.
My chest was fucked, bro. I had no chest, bro. So I think I lost a bit of muscle. Not in my legs so much, just in my upper body. I think I just like...
Your legs held on to it, I reckon.
Yeah, but I think everywhere else I started to deteriorate. I was like basically on the edge. So I think I lost a little bit of muscle. I think I was a bit more fuller at Bunbury. I like kind of had like
but you looked fluffier at Bunbury. That's why.
My abs weren't as good. Yeah, going into States, I just wanted it to be done. Like I was thinking of going to nationals, but I was like... I don't know, bro. I don't even know if I could do another week of this shit, bro. Like I was just like a whole nother week. Like, fuck this, bro. And I remember going into like peak week, which in peak week, you like pull your fatigue and you eat more food typically towards the end before you show. So you carb up for most people that don't know. So you eat more food. I remember doing it and I was just like, fuck, bro. Like I'm so done. I'm so like finished, bro. I was like, I'm not doing this again. I almost stopped really caring about the result. I just wanted it to be done. Like I was just like, I just want to get on the stage, bro, and just get it done. And then I got there and I kind of like saw the people and the competition at States was like, holy fuck, cunt.
Next
level. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was.
I still got into overall, but I only got into overall because I was the only 23 fucking under 23.
Under 23, so you go straight to overall.
Yeah, so I won that category because it was literally, everyone was like fucking 30. I was the youngest person on stage. I did classic, got absolutely fucking flattened in classic, literally just got fucked. I think I came fourth in one thing, I was it. And like third in under 23s, I think, maybe. But fitness was the main thing I was doing. Fitness is like a little bit smaller. Classic is like Chris Bumstead, if he's known. It's like you have to be pretty fucking big. Not like him, but like for naturally. You have
the
to
natural one.
Yeah, and they looked pretty good. But yeah, I did that. It was good. I liked it, but I did 6 shows, and I remember by the last one, it was overall, so I had to stay until the end.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I was just like, holy fuck, I don't even want to go out, bro.
Yeah. Like
I remember I almost like had a bit of a hiccup with Ryan a bit because he was like, oh, you go to under 23s, and I was the only one there. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not winning against no one.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing that. And I remember like I was like, I'm not going out.
Yeah.
I do not care. I do not want to win if I'm the only person there. Like that does not feel good to me. And it wasn't. I remember standing up there and I was just like, for fuck's sakes, like gold medal, might as well chuck in the bin. I was like in a bad like headspace because I was like pretty kind of like my ego got fucked because I didn't do well in like any other category, and then the only one I did well in was the one I was like,
yeah, that's so bad.
Well,
I don't understand why they do that though. Like if one person's competing, they should.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I still was coming like second and third. Like I was still doing like I was placing and like third, fourth, and second, like in that range. I was always on the podium, but like I was never the top.
Yeah,
like,
if you're placing third and stuff, like you're gonna not place well overall.
Yeah, no way. And I was like, well, I already knew I lost an overall. I remember an overall backstage, and I was just like, I just want to be done, bro. I'm so finished with this.
It's so late.
Yeah, it's like fucking
10 o'clock.
9 o'clock. It was like, it was almost 10.
Yeah.
And I've eaten like no food all day, and I was just like, I'm so done, bro. I just don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, I finished my prep. That was the night I finished my prep. Got an overall, did it. Obviously didn't win. And then went home and had cream of rice because everything was shut. So all I had was fucking protein and cream of rice, and it was good, but
your stomach.
I think I was just so like, I don't know. I was just so done with prep by that time. I was just like, I didn't want to do it anymore. And then I got into the reverse, and that was probably the hardest part for me.
Yeah, that's
the reverse diet was like, I was so strict. I couldn't let go of prep. So I stayed, and I just lost all my like will to like follow Ryan's programming. I was just like, I was so burnt out of like following a program and tracking lifts and doing all this stuff. I was like, I just don't want to do it anymore.
That's where people have to be really careful reversing though.
Some people go overboard.
They just don't do anything. They just blow out. That's why like...
You can gain 10 kilos in like 2 days.
So easily, yeah. Because your body is so sensitive.
Yeah.
Like...
And I'm telling you, you can fucking eat and eat and eat. Like I'm telling you, you will eat like...
Everything
and you'll just keep eating, bro. You'll
you won't feel
until you vomit. You'll just keep going because your hormones are so fucking out of whack.
Yeah.
I remember, it's probably TMI, but I'm going to talk about it. I remember... Like, I didn't even know that, like, me and... I didn't even know... How would you say it?
Oh.
I remember, like, the first time me and Malia, like, after prep, had, like... What's it called? How would you even say it? Should I just say it? I just say me and Malia had fun time. I remember... I was like, holy shit, we haven't done this in, like... 4 months, bro. And Malia's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, I didn't even know because you're so depleted.
Yeah, but like, I don't care because I know.
But I was so depleted, and when you're that depleted, your testosterone is so low that your body
doesn't want to think about it.
You don't even have like hormones basically at that point.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about it. And then, anyways, that happened. And I was like, holy fuck. I didn't even know.
I knew.
But I was like, Malia's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I feel like I haven't even been in a relationship. I've just been like, Malia's just been my friend.
My friend.
Like I was like
your
so
roommate.
I was not affectionate in prep.
No. But and we were kind of like just started dating as well, and like you weren't really affectionate because you were in prep.
And then I remember when I came out and I started becoming more affectionate,
I was like, what the fuck?
You were like, what the fuck's wrong with this gun? You were actually confused, eh?
I was like, is he alright?
Did you actually think that?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
But she liked it.
But yeah, like reversing is, if you're going to do like a 20-week prep, expect to be like 30. Expect to be 30. Yeah, add an extra 10 weeks onto that.
Because reversing is like same hunger, you feel a little bit better.
But you have no goal. So you're like, well, what's the point?
It's the hardest part.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing, but you have to be so strict because it can like fuck your insulin up. It can fuck everything up if you're not careful. I think it happened to me twice where I like binge really bad because like you just can't stop. And like your body is like craving to feel safe. It like wants to feel calm. So it uses food as like a comfort because it wants to like feel something. And your body like is so depleted. I think it's like your hormones are all over the place. It can't understand when it's full or not because you're just going to your body just wants to put on body fat. Yeah, essentially.
It wants to get back to like the baseline. Yeah. So some people will put 10, 15 kilos in like 2 or 3, 4 days.
You have to be flexible, obviously, because you're trying to like teach your body that it's okay to eat again. But you have to also like know that it's okay to go out again and enjoy life to like an extent. But you also have to have structure because if you don't, and if you blow it all out of the portion, what is the point of even doing a fucking prep?
I remember it was Joe's birthday and you were all eating like pizza and stuff. And I remember I stood there and I'm like, I'm not eating it.
Yeah. Because you were drinking as well.
I was like, I'm not eating it. Like, I'm not. And I'm like, That is the dumbest thing, bro. There's like chips and pizza, and I'm like, I'm not eating it.
And you were drinking because you
Yeah.
were like, not doing it because I'm drinking.
I remember, and everyone else is eating, and I'm like, there's fucking 2 pro athletes on the other side of this fucking thing, and I'm like, this little skinny cunt that just basically came last in fucking states. It's like, I'm not eating it. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, I was just so fucking over the top, bro. But like, I guess it just teaches you so much about like who you actually are, because when you're under that much stress and that much like. But yeah, that's just wrapping it up, I guess, with everything that comes with prep. It teaches you a lot of things when you're tired and you've got no energy and you've got nothing. It really teaches you who you actually are as a person. It makes you think very internally and like understand yourself on a very deeper level, I think.
Like for me, I was like trying to control everything, and I was like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? But not allowing it to be hard. Like it is the hardest thing you could probably do mentally and physically. But it's also the best thing for you as well, because you actually, like if I didn't go through that, I would never have learnt what I've learnt now.
No, I reckon that's the reason. Okay, you're definitely not putting that in there.
Thank you guys for listening to the Motion Podcast. It was a long one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it and our experience. And yeah, if you're thinking about doing a prep, just know that you're going to learn a lot about yourself, which is the best thing that is going to be for you. And it's always good to learn and grow. So yeah.
Hopefully it didn't sound like we were talking shit on prep the whole time.
No, I think it's good because it's the best thing. Okay, I was rambling now. It's fine.
No, I'm asking you a question, man.
No, but now it is the best thing that you can do, but it's also going to be the hardest thing you can probably do. And just know that if you want to learn a lot about yourself, you have to allow yourself to. Because if you force yourself to not grow and change, you're going to be stuck in the same spot as you were before and after prep. So, yeah.
All right, lads.
Bye.
See ya.